Welcome back to Popes and Pylons, where we play Europa Universalis with the new Cradle of Civilization expansion. This is episode number 6 of us playing as Avaria, going for the Avar Khaganate achievement, where we have to achieve Empire rank and annex Hungary, essentially. Last episode, we grew quite a bit from being very small down here to grabbing all of this land of Nogai over here. Unfortunately missing out on the capital of Nogai itself, but I guess that's just gonna have to end in a war with Transoceania. For now, our expansion plans are pretty much going to be into Kazan up here, which does not have any friends, and into Ryazan over here, which is also extremely friendless. So I'll just redraw my diplomat from Transoceania because I don't think that's really an alliance that's going to work out. Instead, send him to Ryazan in order to fabricate claims over there. What did this new land grab do to our force limit? We can build one more troop for now, and hopefully going to be able to do much more soon. Unfortunately, all the new land grab increased overextension, of course, which in turn increased unrest, which means that we have too much unrest to keep these rebels in Circassia down from rising. And once again, I really don't want to fight these rebels. It's going to be 11,000 rebels. That's more than we have. So as much as it pains me, I think I'm going to have to hit this harsh treatment button once again. Spend another 50 military power to delay the rebels for a while. That's really, really unfortunate, but I don't know, what can we do? Nothing really. I think the institution is still spreading to us, and yeah, spreading to Circassia still, so that's alright. Let's just unpause and let's move some time on. I did take a second to check on trade in between episodes. Unfortunately, we still cannot reach any of the interesting trade nodes to us, which is essentially Samarkand. Still out of reach, so we can't use any trade power to move trade from there to Astrakhan. We do have 40% trade power in Astrakhan, which is not bad. Unfortunately, there's almost no money in there, so we're getting very, very little from our actual trading. Now, what about our estates? How far are we from milking? In 88, so it's quite a while until we can milk these people. We could milk the merchants. Astrakhan is probably 9 development, yeah, so we still don't have a province that we can actually give to the merchants. Sarai, we could give them Sarai. It's not the perfect merchant province, because I really usually only give centers of trade to the merchants, but that said, giving one province to the merchants is not that bad, especially if it has high autonomy, so that we can then actually get a lot of diplo points from them as soon as we have taken tech and gotten rid of this overflow of diplo power that we have right now. So let's keep the time ticking here. We're still losing a lot of money, partially because of the 4 in Astrakhan, which we're keeping up to reduce devastation. There's still some devastation left in Astrakhan itself. Kuma also has some. I have not decided whether I want to keep it afterwards or just demolish the fort. I really don't like paying for forts. On the other hand, having at least one in our land could help us in wars to come. I said this fort is not in a perfect position to protect us very much. So maybe just tearing it down is the right choice as soon as this devastation has gone down. What happened here? We could gain loyalty on the Ulema, which would be fine, but also gain corruption and reduce national tax. I don't like that at all. We could lose 2 corruption, which, well, we do have a tiny bit of corruption, so that's at least not completely useless. Get some more unrest, which is unfortunate, but I think we still have to infringe on those privileges of the Ulema. And here's our unrest. Oh no, that's the disloyal Ulema, never mind. Could give them money in order to make them happy again, but I really don't want to because I don't have that much money right now. We're down to 3% devastation. I think we can drop this fort now so we don't lose all the money. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and destroy it. What's one castle? We're a bit of a horde mentality here, even if we're not a horde, to just not keep any forts anywhere. We're just gonna have to meet the enemy on the field of battle until we have some more money, which is probably gonna happen once we manage to find a way into one of the more valuable trade nodes. Crimea could be interesting, although they're allied to the Ottomans. Getting stuff out of Samarkand could be interesting, or just going into the Samarkand trade node itself. Here come the cores, which is good because very soon we really want to do all the autonomy increasing over here. Look at this, 95% autonomy already in Sarai. What did you do, Nogai? What did you do to your land? We already have Nogai separatists rising up. This is probably very bad. How many are you? 19,000. If these spawn in one province, then we just can't possibly handle that. And I bet you harsh treatment is going to be very expensive. 66. It's not the worst. I hate wasting my military power like this, but we just don't have the forces to handle all these rebels. So let's do this and hopefully very, very soon go for the increase in autonomy. Here come all the cores, so now we should be able to state this land. Astrakhan, be a state, please, so that we can push. Oh, I can't, because the autonomy is already so high that I'm not allowed to increase it anymore, because apparently Nogai already did a pass of increasing autonomy by 1 million. That could be really painful for us. Yeah. I'm not sure how we're gonna deal with these rebels. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and do all the autonomy increase up here. We could give some provinces to the Olima. That does give us a reduction in unrest, I believe, 2%. So that could be a thing. This is a crappy state to make, but I guess just gonna have to do it. Core it and give us tons and tons and tons of autonomy. I think that's because Nogai took this land from the Great Horde and then increased autonomy already, and we just have to deal with the issue. We can't do this because Ali Muli is not a core yet. Close though. So how about giving stuff to the Olima? Making them happy would also be kind of nice because it gives us some additional taxes. And we can't give them too much land, but Saratov is a good place. You would go to 67%, so that's fine. And can we give you anything else? That puts you to 75%. Let's do that, and that would put you to 83. No. 79. Sure, have... what about this? 80.8. No. Have this one too. Just give them as much land as possible for the local unrest modifier over here. Also, so we can get some tax out of that land. What was the place I wanted to give? Did I just give that away? No, this is the place I want to give to the merchants, which we can't yet because we... Because why? Oh, because it's not cored. Now can I please do that? Yes, I can give this to the merchant guilds. Increasing their influence. And how high did we get? 20%. So we're still quite a bit away from using that ability, unfortunately. And I don't think I could give Astrakhan to them actually, which puts them to 32%, which is good, like that. And then we can push the Monopoly Charter button. And we could recruit a minister to put them to 57. That's not quite enough yet. It seems like there are fewer buttons here than there used to be. Oh, because we can't recruit admirals, of course, because we don't have access to the sea. That's a button we're missing. That's unfortunate. That means we can't get to the 150, I don't think. Let's just do this and go for the 100 Diplo power instead. Sure, but, right. Let's not yet do that. Can I take money from you, though? Can I take money from you, merchants? I can. Give me 35 ducats. Yeah, it's more than nothing. Oh, and now somebody demands, the emirs actually demand control of land, which is a bit of a problem because I granted them a generalship. So I can't really do that right now, or that would be above the limit. We have to wait for some modifiers to take away first. This place has no unrest anymore. So hopefully these rebels are something that we're going to be handling soon. I think I'm going to walk over here. Just so we suppress the Nogai separatists a bit more. Keep drilling though. Yeah. Lose 35 add-on power and lose loyalty on the merchants, which would be okay. Just lose that legitimacy, I guess. Not the best. Our general died, unfortunately, during a drilling session. So we just put this guy in charge again and start drilling with him. Instead, we were actually discovered in a place and I forgot to send people to Ryazan. So build that spy network in Ryazan, please. And unfortunately I missed our window here for the claims. Gain some Diplo rep because we reduced overextension. Convert a place to Sunni. We're definitely gonna do that eventually. Now this wants to be a state, wants to be court, and then we're gonna raise autonomy where we can. This place, and this place, and this place. What did all this do to my force limit? Oh, we're still at 10, that's good. Sometimes you can go over your force limit if you do this thing. Great Horde separatists entered my land. Why? What do you want from me? I mean, I guess this used to be Great Horde land, but still. Stop drilling. Move over here and prepare to fight those rebels. I think I'm gonna have to allow them to take it. Would be too late anyway. And we don't have the morale to fight them right now. It's annoying to get other people's separatists into our lands that way, but what can you do? Here come the Astrakani separatists this time. How many are you? 14,000. Yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a rebel problem on our hands here. That's just the reality of the situation, I believe. Maybe I should have kept that fort just to keep them around a bit longer. Military access from Kazan. Get war with Nogai. Let's say no. I want to kill you eventually. You're going to Sarai. Yeah, okay. Let's fight you in Sarai. It was easy enough. Maybe we could have fought them earlier. But I had so little morale, I didn't want to go for that. These rebels being so easy does not mean that the other rebels are going to be easy, unfortunately. I think we're gonna still have to live with the fact that rebels are going to be a pain in the butt. Maybe we should just sit in Astrakhan so at least we don't get a river crossing penalty when they spawn, and hope that we can just beat up those rebels. Oh, we're capped on Diplo power here. Oh, and there are our rebels. Oh, that's just a few though. It's very nice they spawned in 2 different provinces. That's gonna help a lot. What do we do about being capped on Diplo power? We could spend it on doing some development, because we're still waiting for this institution to spread, right? Yeah, 21%. I could develop a bit, looking for, well, having the institution spread go along and maybe even go for that giant city thing. How big is our capital? 7. I think we have our biggest province is like Sarai probably. Show province 11. Yeah. If I went for this development thing, the biggest province is Sarai. What's the cheapest province to develop? Start again. Turkey, Terek, Dagestan, Astrakhan. Actually, Astrakhan is quite cheap. Why are you so cheap, Astrakhan? Because of the burghers controlling you. That helps a tiny bit. And you have an okay trade good too. Not the best, but okay. So doing diplo development there helps. I think I'm going to spend the money on running the increased development, encourage development edict, save on some of that diplo power at least. And then go to here and spend some of that diplo power. Just a scooch in order to get rid of the capping issue for now. So we should kill these easily. And hopefully, I think I'm going to move in there right away. I don't want the additional separatism and just hope that our troops are good enough to fight this. This might have been a mistake. Circassia embraced the Renaissance. That's great, and we lost that rebel fight. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So it cost us a lot, and we still didn't prevent the separatism. I'm not sure. Maybe that was just dumb. We don't have attack advantage over our own rebels, so that's not something we can use. And we don't actually have a good general either. Now they're moving to Kuma, which is fine, I guess. I think we should be able to attack in January. They have 3 cavalry, actually. I don't want them to take Kuma. I really don't. So let's go shift consolidate so we have all forces at the center. And they still took Kuma, and I'm probably going to lose this one too then. At least we're winning. But yeah, these rebels, and these were the smaller rebels. The Nogai separatists are worse. So we really can't allow them to spawn at all. If we do, we're just gonna die here. And no, we won't start. Where are the Nogai separatists? Oh, it's actually not that bad anymore. In Rin, Bayuli, Alimuli, Utva, and Lower Yik. Oh, it's not that bad because these were the provinces that Nogai had not taken from the Horde, which means that Nogai had not increased autonomy there, which means that we could increase autonomy. That's why the unrest is so low, relatively speaking. That's good. That might actually give us a chance to not have to harsh treatment again, not waste all that military power. If Circassia has embraced the Renaissance, does that help with the spread into our lands at all? No, it still gives us only this access here through the Ottomans anyway. It is spreading in Crimea faster than it is spreading to us, so that may help eventually. Why is Sarai getting it? Why are you getting the Renaissance? 0.5. Oh, because it's a 10 development province. I see. I haven't had that before. I don't know what that is. What's a 10 development province? It's only something that rich people have. Now, could rent out condottieri to people. That's not really something I want to do. We still have a bit of room to go here before we have to spend the diplo power again. But we're probably going to have to be a bit more development. We gain a claim on Canada. Canada, where's Canada? I mean, I don't mind claims. Oh, over here in Kazan. That's excellent, actually. Should have grabbed this claim first, maybe, but that's gonna be alright. Kazan is eating the rest of Nogai, so it's definitely gonna be a war against Kazan next time, I think. And claims on Ryazan. Do you have any good land, Ryazan? 6, 5, 8. Oh, the only thing I can claim is this one either. Anyway, so let's just do that. And am I right? Yeah, no possible neighboring provinces, so might as well call you back. What does the ledger say about your power level, Ryazan? 7,000 troops. So not a lot. Nogai only 5,000 troops. Oh no, it's Nogai. I meant to look for Kazan, actually. Kazan, 11,000. So the war against Kazan is gonna have to wait a bit. But Ryazan, that's tempting. to be fair. I mean, we are still having our rebel issues, and grabbing new land now would increase our rebel issues. On the other hand, not going to war, I mean, it's just not a thing, I don't think. How's aggressive expansion looking? Kazan, Nogai is really unhappy with us. Kazan is quite unhappy, as is Crimea. I didn't remember Crimea being in the list. Transoceania is fine. I think the advantage, you're probably a different religion. You should be Orthodox, right, Ryzen? Ryzen is Orthodox, while these guys are Sunni. So they shouldn't be taking too much of aggressive expansion impact on these people. And you guys are Sunni too. So it should be alright if I take Ryzen, I think. They only took very little aggressive expansion from my other wars, so yeah. That has to be okay. Maybe we wait a tiny bit longer for these rebels to sort themselves out so we can hang out here. I do want to drill though. I do really want to drill. This is such terrible land. What these hordes do to land is just not very nice. Let's keep going for these admin areas. I think we said we want to complete these at least for the admin tech cost reduction before we spend any admin on actual technology. Group these guys up. I hope these Nogai separatists don't move over to my land. Really don't want that. 13,000. How am I supposed to be 13,000 rebels? Nogai, can't you just handle your no, your Transoceania. You should have some troops. Transoceania, please be able to fight these troops. Who wants military access? Pskov, sure. Perm, sure. And Muscovy, of course. Their overlord. Sure. So they're eating Kazan. That's kind of unfortunate for us, because I wanted to eat Kazan. Let's get a claim. We can't. Take 20. Why can I not fabricate a claim here? Oh, because this is Nogai, but this is not Nogai, right? Oh, it's also Nogai. Never mind. Kazan is the gray people up there, and I think I already have the claims on Kazan that I can take. Yeah. So, do we jump on Kazan? Maybe after the war. If there's anything left of Kazan after this war, then we can think about that. Where are you moving? To my land. I really should have kept the fort in Astrakhan, because now we're just getting punished by rebels here over and over again. How do I handle these rebels? Sent over to me by the annoying Transoceanian people. No guy, so they might as well... No, they're not going to walk here. They're not going to walk to Astrakhan. They could walk up here afterwards. I think I'm going to have to fight them. Question is, can I have a better general? Maybe. This one doesn't really help with fighting at all. I think I'm going to have to spend a tiny bit of military power to see if we can get a better general. So let's go for that. Grab a general. Gives us at least some unprofessionalism. Wow, you're terrible. 3 pips? Let's hit that button again. That's at least 4 pips. That's still extremely terrible. Look at this rebel general. Oh, he's also terrible too. So maybe running with the 2-shock guy is going to be enough. Hopefully, because there's really nothing else I can do. I could keep spending military power, of course, but we have so little army tradition that these generals are not going to be insane. Does it say here? Between 3 and 9 pips as a base. Wow, and we got 3 and 4 on our rolls. That makes me want to click the button once again. I think I'm going to do that. Could make our ruler. Our air. Our air is terrible anyway, right? Can we make our air general already at 15? Seems like I can. Yeah, are you any good? No. These numbers seem to be odd. Or at least weighted very, very differently than it shows. Let's keep this general and pray for the best, I think. Nogai separatists have entered Rin. Did not get it. Oh, that was a reason to take the other admiral, actually, the other general, actually, because I did not realize there was a river here. If we had had higher maneuver value, we could have actually gotten a -1 on all their rolls from the river, which we did not do in the end. Now, unfortunately, that drains our manpower quite a bit, which in turn is going to mean that we have less manpower to use to fight Ryazan over here. Still, I think that's just something we're going to have to do. We can't just not. We can't not just not. No, we can't just not expand. Yeah. Not expanding is not an option. That's what I'm trying to say here. Where is that tiny bit of unrest? Really don't want these guys to spawn. Chance is low. 1.9% chance every month. Lose professionalism and lose manpower. I don't like that. Gain professionalism, lose some loyalty on the emirs. Get a ton of unrest in the Astrakhan area and local manpower reduction. Astrakhan area is probably all of... No, all of this. Yeah. You would get plus how much unrest? Plus 8 unrest. Kuma won't have any because the rebels spawned. Oh, we had the rebels spawn here, so that's gonna be fine with the unrest, I think. For 10 years, I hope that's gonna be alright. Lose 10 loyalty, yeah, sure. It's not great to have the emirs that are just loyal. It's gonna hurt our manpower reserves recovery a lot. Ryazan announced me as their rival. Yeah, you better prepare for that war, Ryazan. I think I'm just gonna assume that the Nogai separatists are not gonna spawn anymore. Double check that you guys don't have any friends. Double check that you don't have enough troops to fight me. 7,000 against my 10,000. You're on tech 6, I'm on tech 6, I believe. Yes, we could take tech 7. Quite a bit ahead of time. It would help us in the war. But I really don't want to take tech anymore until we get that institution spread to us. It is going to take a couple of years though. Maybe the tech advantage in the fight is worth it. We get artillery fire, artillery shock, tactics. It's a tactics level. Tactics are great. We're not going to build artillery. But I think I'm just going to have to do this. As much as it pains me. And then we're gonna go ahead and declare war on you, Ryazan. I want Karsk. I want more than just that, but I definitely want that. Nobody's gonna defend you, and let's get in there. And grab this piece of land for the war goal before we go looking for their army. Where is your army? I just saw you. AQ has embraced the Renaissance. Everybody's embracing the Renaissance. Why do you have a better general than I do? That does hardly seem fair. 4 shock. Wow. I hope that doesn't end with us dead. We have to be very, very careful what fights we take here or not. I don't want to have a negative river modifier in addition to having the worst general. Let's just try to box them in up here and make them run into us, which would be very nice. Can we do this? This is sort of a scary move, but it worked out, I guess. I think we're going to let them lock into Tambov here and then attack, unless there's a river crossing. Is there a river crossing to Tambov? Between Tambov and Yelets, but not to Pronsk. No. Okay, so they're locked in. Let's move in there as well. Hope that our flanking is going to be enough to make up for the better general. And we have the additional tech and rolling a bit better. So all in all, that should be enough to win this fight handily, although we lost almost as many troops as they lost. That's just the power of a good general. Does it mean I can go for the Siege of Ryazan right now? I don't really feel like it does yet. We still have some manpower, we can recover a bit. And they are giving us an opportunity to actually fight them again at very low morale on their side. New monthly tick. We might just get a stack wipe here if we're lucky. 12 days, come on. That's not a stack wipe. Sad. We're capped on Diplo power again, so let's do some more development in Ryazan, I guess, but Astrakhan, I mean, but to do that we would have to... no, let's not do it in Astrakhan, because we cannot spend Diplo power there. We'd have to spend the other powers, and we really need the other powers. Steps are pretty bad, but iron is a good trade good, so let's just put it in here a bit. None of these decisions are particularly optimal, but what can you do? Actually, can we reform the religion here? No, why not? Why can I not send a missionary? I feel like I should be able to send a missionary to that place. Which places can I send a missionary to? Dagestan, Circassia, and Kabadia. Oh, it's because we are Sunni, and that thing is already Sunni. Never mind. Kabadia, Dagestan, Circassia. Where's Kabadia? This place. How's your unrest? You're still positive unrest. I don't like that. Dagestan, yeah, that has to be fine. Let's do that. I think we can afford some unrest in that place. Continue going, and they're still trying to grab their land back. Hopefully giving me the opportunity to fight and kill them somewhere. Ooh, that's gonna be a quick stack wipe. What do we get here? A choice of army and high will have effect on both the success rate of the harsh caravans of your people as well as the type of impact or any problems with the harsh will have. A Bedouin al-Hajj will be able to protect the caravans from dangers that none of the other options could. I don't know what this is. Some new Muslim event, apparently. So we'd lose 10 prestige. We would gain this al-Hajj emir for 30 years. It gives us additional manpower, loses us prestige. Could lose some military power and gain prestige. Which is kinda nice. Or lose Diplo power, which is not a problem right now. Because we have so much Diplo power. We only gain trade efficiency though, and trade is very little of what we gain in money. But I think I'm still gonna go with this guy. It's less good if we are at war. I hope this doesn't have additional effects. The size of the text in these responses indicates that then maybe it should have some sort of additional effect. But I don't know what that would be. And I don't want to lose military power, so I'm just gonna pick this. And then let's keep going here. People want military access. Uzbek, sure. You're fighting Transoceania, that's fine by me. You're fighting the Timurids. It's also fine by me, although the Timurids are not remotely as scary as they used to be. And come on, where are you running? Why are you running? Wrong game, but hey, what can you do? Are you actually going for my capital or something? This is the thing I don't really enjoy about the way war works in EU. The whole running around thing, it's just too much. Why do we have to chase people around the land like this? That doesn't seem particularly realistic or fun. And I'm the last person to ask for too much realism in my games, but if it's neither realistic nor fun, then why have it? We still have sort of a threat of Nogai separatists, but this hopefully is going to work out. Move 10 towards legalism or mysticism. I think we're going to stay with the legalism. Just get reduced tech cost wherever we can, because hopefully soon there's going to be a time when we can afford to take tech. These guys are really spending a lot of money on grabbing more men, and we've actually bled all our manpower into this war now. I mean, most of it went into the rebels earlier, but still. I'm pretty sure that this war is won, but if they keep murking up. And this would be a great argument for having some forts in our lands, so that we didn't have to worry about these random people running into our land, but could instead just go siege down their capital and then take it from there. As it is, we are going to put a cut in here and finish this war in the next episode. It's not that we accomplished too much this time, but we sort of handled our rebel problems, I think. These were pretty fine. We declared war on Ryzen, which we're winning and should easily be winning. And unless we get really unlucky with the rebels here, everything should be going great with our expansion plan. Thank you so much for watching here on Popes and Pylons. If you like what I'm doing here, please consider subscribing or liking these videos. See you guys next time.